feeling at that show as well? Okay, so that means we have a lot of people who, this is your first time being at the concert, right? Very excited. I'm so happy to be here with you. We love coming to see you because this is one of the crowds where when we have new members of the band or the dancers who've never been on tour with us before, we always pull them aside and go, hey, Edmonton crowds are crazy, just like, be prepared. They are loud, they are dancey, they are jumping up and down. You're not prepared for Edmonton. And you know, I guess I'm just playing a little mental game with myself where I'm like, okay, which one is louder? Is it gonna be night 1 or night 2? Results are really balls in your court. It's up to you. I wanted to come here and I wanted to look you in the eye and say something to you, because it's one thing to say something to you online or try and thank you in any other way, but I wanted to come to Edmonton, stand here and say to you, thank you so much for caring so much about 1989, my album. Doing anything with your evening. It's summer. You could be doing anything in the world, but instead you decided to come here and hang out with me and celebrate these songs that I wrote, and it means the world to me. I haven't seen you, if you're just coming to the show tonight, I haven't seen you in a few years. It's been like 2 years since I came here on the Red Tour. Life was a lot different for me back then, and it's changed a lot in the last 2 years, and in my opinion, it's changed for the better. I've learned a lot of really important lessons, and spent a lot of time in New York City, made a lot of new friends, and so I started writing songs about different things than I used to write songs about, and I started writing music that sounded different than the music I had made before. And then, you know, I was really nervous because this album is very different than anything I had ever put out and shown you. And then it came out in October, and you went out and bought it and memorized it, and I cannot thank you enough for that. So I feel like all the things that I wrote about on 1989, we should kind of explore that and maybe take a trip down memory lane right now for the next 2 hours or so. What do you say, Edmonton? You want to join? It's so cool. You guys are amazing. For me to pull out a song from like 2008 and you know every single word from top to bottom. You guys are killing it. Well, looking out at this crowd, I'm looking out at people who are from all different parts of the world. We have people from Canada, people who came from the US to be here, people who came from all different parts of Canada. Is there anyone here who traveled a really long distance to get to this show tonight? Thank you. Thank you for road tripping to be at this show. So I'm looking at you and I'm thinking about the fact that every single person in this arena is lit up. You're all illuminated. I can see every one of you. Yeah? Absolutely can. And I think one of the most insane parts about this tour is being able to see every person. If you're way in the upper deck and you think I can't see you, that's incorrect, because I can. And so when I can see every single person, the crowd goes from being like kind of like a dark, shadowy group of people to 13,000 people who are individuals who I can see each one of. And that's what I love about this tour. So when that happens, when I can see every single one of you, I start thinking about it a lot while I'm singing these songs. I start thinking about what your lives are like, and, you know, just the effort that you put into coming to the show, and, you know, which times in your life you listened to which songs, and what you're going through right now. And it leads me to the conclusion that every single person here has their own individual set of struggles and of things that are bothering them at the moment, or tragedy that happened, or a loss that happened to you, or insecurities that you have to deal with in your head on a daily basis. Because none of us are immune to that. There's not one single person who gets by without those things happening, making mistakes, messing up, having regrets, saying something that hurts someone that you wish you'd never said, not saying something that you wish you had said. All of these things are going to happen to every single one of us in our lives. But what I think about in this moment is that every single person has their own set of struggles, but instead of dwelling on them, you decided to get dressed up and to come to a concert tonight and have the best time ever, didn't you? Because, you know, I think that a lot of the time when we feel insecure or when we feel like we're not enough, it's because we're trying too hard to make our life perfect. And all of our actions perfect, and everything we do, every choice we make perfect. Like there's anyone out there who's got a perfect life. There isn't. And I think that we need to be a little kinder to ourselves. And I think that if you can, when you are waiting in line for something, when you're dancing next to a stranger who's at the concert alone, when you are here, please be mindful of the fact that every single person is going through something right now. We need to be kind to each other too. But speaking of being kind to ourselves, I just hope that you won't hold your mistakes against yourself. I hope that you'll learn from them, but I hope that you won't let them be something that marks you, or be something that you see as like a mark against your record or something. That's not how life works. Lessons are there so that we go through them and we become smarter and wiser and stronger, so that we don't make the same mistakes twice. I think that we get insecure about our mistakes because we think that they make us damaged or tarnished. But I don't think that at all. I think that once you make a mistake and you continue to move forward with your life, every single day you get stronger because of it. And I don't think it makes you tarnished. I actually think the opposite. I think that living your life, taking risks and making mistakes and learning from them makes you clean. Writing songs and sharing them with you for 10 years. And the coolest part about that has been kind of going through all the ups and downs and the lessons with you. And so it's the coolest thing in the world when someone comes up and says, like, I saw you open up for Brad Paisley in Edmonton when I was 10. Or I saw you open up for Kenny Chesney at that one concert where it was freezing cold. And the craziest thing to me is that, you know, loyalty is not to be taken for granted. It's very rare. It's an incredibly rare quality. And the fact that you would be loyal to me, I don't ever forget that. also think it's wonderful when I have somebody say, this is my first time ever seeing you in concert. That's a beautiful thing too. I'm not the kind of person who ranks my friends as like the new friends or the old friends to have different precedents. I think that any friends, any people who like you and want to spend time with you and have your back are important and rare and beautiful, and I'm happy to have all of you in my life. And you know, writing songs for a lot of years now, I've kind of decided I know what it is that inspires me now. It's not limited to one thing. It's not like it's just love, or it's just breakups, or it's just relationships, or it's just lessons, or it's whatever. I write songs about things that I consider to be magical and romantic. And to further clarify, I think even loneliness can be romantic. I think that, you know, making someone happy or doing something nice for someone that you don't know can be romantic. I think walking through a city you've never been to before can be romantic. Being on your own and being perfectly content with that is romantic. And most of all, coming to a city like Edmonton and making us feel like we're one of you. I think that's an incredibly romantic thing that you've done for us, so thank you. This night is sparkling, don't you let it go. Before we were putting the set list together, and I was thinking about how you might want me to play songs from 1989, but you might also want me to play songs that were like some of the first things you heard from me. And so I went back and looked at all the older songs, and I found one that I wrote when I was 17. And I wrote it about these two teenagers that I had read about. And they were fictional characters, but I was really invested in the story. They fell in love at first sight, but they couldn't be together because, well, their parents hated each other. And they were gonna run away together, but instead they had a really tragic ending, and they didn't get to be together. And I was really upset by this. And so I decided to change the ending and make them get married instead and live happily ever after, as I do. And if you haven't figured out the song I'm talking about yet, then I will just tell you now. It's called Love Story. So it's me and you and a guitar right now, so I'm thinking about what song I should play. Because I legitimately haven't decided yet. But I was thinking that, you know what, I think I know what it is now. I think I'm going to play a song that I haven't ever played on the 1989 World Tour before. This is a song I wrote a long time ago. I used to, I've written songs since I was 12, and I've been putting out albums since I was 16. So when you put out an album at 16, all the songs that you wrote on it, you wrote when you were 14, 15, in my case. And after I put out the first album, I put out an album when I was 18, so all the songs I wrote on that one were from when I was 16 and 17. And that album that I put out when I was 18, it was all about like the fantasies of what I thought love was, because I hadn't really been in love. And it was all about just daydreams that I had had, or things I watched in movies of how I thought it should be. And then I wrote this song about a real first date that I had that actually felt like it was from the movies, or like it was from some kind of fairy tale. And it ended up being what we titled the entire album. It's called Fearless. Something about the day, streets when it's just right, as it been for probably the last 7 or 8 years. It's been a while. And we always make sure to come here because there's always such a welcoming vibe here. And I was actually in my meet and greet yesterday, and there was this lovely guy and his wife who came in, and they were so nice. They were like, you know what, we consider everyone like at home here and welcome here within the first 5 minutes of being in Edmonton. And I was like, that's such a nice thing for people to think about their city. These people are so cool, and especially this couple, they were so nice. And after they left, they were walking out, and I said to my tour manager, that couple is super nice. Like, that was so cool. They're so friendly. And she was like, that's the mayor and his wife, actually. So, you guys have always been incredibly welcoming. And, you know, I also thought it was really cool that, like, he didn't come up and be like, hey, I'm the mayor. What's up? He was just like, hey, welcome. We love having you here. And you guys have always been really cool and chill and so welcoming to us. So thank you for making us feel at home within 5 minutes. You treat me like I'm your friend, and that means, like, even though we live in different places, I talk to you a lot online and always keep up with you. And it's so much fun looking down and seeing people in the audience whose selfies I've previously liked on Instagram. It's cool. It's like having a bunch of pen pals, and then I come to see you, and you're all together in one room, 13,000 people. It feels like a friendship reunion of sorts. It's cool. And, you know, a lot of the time, you guys will talk to me about your things going on with your life, like just dramas you're going through, struggles you're facing, things you're afraid of. And most of the things that get brought up when I meet you in person, in meet and greets, randomly in public, or when you write me letters and messages and stuff, it's usually like, this is a relationship situation I'm facing, what should I do? And a lot of the time I've realized that love and relationships and who you should be with and who you want to be with is such a complicated thing these days. I think it's always been complicated, but I feel like it's at an all-time high of being complicated in 2015. Do you agree? And, you know, I'm never going to tell you what to do. I'm never going to, you know, boss you around or whatever, but I will tell you that if someone is consistently messing with your head, or waiting an excessive period of time to text you back when you know they have their phone, or sending you mixed signals, or wanting to spend all of their time with you and take up all of that energy and time from you but not commit to you, any of those things, I think you deserve better than those things. I don't think that you deserve gray areas, or second guessing all the time, or feeling like you're walking on eggshells. I think that you deserve an honest answer when you say, do you want to be with me to someone? I think they should say yes or no. I don't think they should say maybe. Or say, we'll see, like, let's just hang out for like the next couple years and see. I think it could be really simple if in relationships we only looked at it like you have two options, right? Would you like to hear the two options? Okay, they are, you either leave or you stay.